Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you. Well, I was a bit reluctant to do this video tonight, but I just wanted to highlight um, some of the comments that I've seen throughout the community. Okay, there's some people out there that think that they can run their sim at high resolution or at ultra settings. Okay, it's not. It's not always the case. All right, so I just thought we'll do this video because there's comments in the community that I've seen about the recent release of the Synaptic A220 slash iniBuilds, however you want to call it. So I just thought, look, I need to do this just to show exactly what I'm seeing. All right. So let's go back into the flight deck. As you can see here, nothing special. Okay. It is smooth as butter. Okay? There's some people out there that only have like a, I don't know, just for argument's sake, some people out there that have got only a 30, 60 or whatever, right? You're running a really, really tight, it's like walking on a tightrope. Okay? Um, and sort of like you're going to fall. Okay, there's just a little bit of leeway that you have until you actually fall off that rope. Okay, I know it's probably a bad thing to say in terms of whatever, but I'm just going to show you exactly what I've got. Okay, I am using a third-party application, so I am using Auto FPS. I highly recommend it. So I'm going to show you my settings. So let's just come to the settings. And, sorry, go back to general. There we go. Okay, so, as you can see, everything in here is what I'm using. Okay, this is all basically set to my monitor. So that's what I've got. I'm using frame generation because I've got a AMD 7900 XTX GPU, 32 gigs of RAM, and I've got an i7 processor. Nothing special. I'm not using the X3D processors or anything like that. It's purely simple. Okay, I do have a high-end PC though. Okay, so these are my settings. So if I go to the global rendering quality settings, this is what I'm using. The terrain level of detail. Yes, I've got that set to 50. Okay, but if I go to you probably won't be able to see this at the moment. But I'm using as part of the Auto FPS. These are my settings for the Auto FPS application. All right. So I've got it set to auto TLOD, which is the auto terrain level of detail. I've got that set. Alright. As I get airborne, at the moment, on the ground here though, I've got the terrain level of detail set to 50 at 1,000 feet. So anything below 1,000 feet, I've got that set to 50. Once I get airborne, on the terrain level of detail, it'll be up to the 250 mark. Once I get up to 5,000 feet. That is absolutely perfect for me. And you can see once I get airborne, you'll be able to see the terrain as I get airborne. No problem. Alright. The object level of detail is set to 130 at 2,000 feet. Once I get airborne, it will be up to 20 at 10,000 feet. You may notice here that it's set to 200. Doesn't matter. It's absolutely fine. I haven't got the auto object level detail set. I don't need it. It's taking care of it because the terrain level of detail is the most impact that you would have on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Okay, that's the biggest. If I do go auto OLED, the object level detail, that will go down to 130. Alright, so no issues. You can select that to 200. You have no problem. Okay, so anyway, the off-screen terrain pre-cache, I've got that to ultra. Displacement mapping, got that ticked. Buildings high, trees high, plants high, rocks high, grass high. Object level detail, as I said, to 200. Clouds, ultra. Texture resolution set to high. Anisotropic filtering, can't even say the word, set to 16x. Waves set to high. Ray traced shadows, ticked. Shadow maps, I've got that set to 1024. Terrain shadows 1024. Contact shadows high. Windshield effects high. Ambient occlusion high. Cube matte reflection 384. Ray matte reflection set to high. Light shafts high. Depth of field, got that on high. It doesn't really matter. You can turn that off if you wish, but I haven't noticed anything that will cause any issues. Motion blur, okay, this is a big one. Turn that off. Don't need it. Turn that off. Visual effects, particles quality are set to low. I am using active sky. Glass cockpit refresh rate, very important. Make sure you set that to high. If you are using the glass cockpit like we are in the A220, just got that. Have that set to high. Characters quality and quantity, set that off. You don't need it unless you're flying a business jet, or if you want your first officer, but you don't need it, right? It's not a biggie, right? Some of these things that people think that is a good thing or visual side of it, you don't need. Okay. You do have other applications like for the PMDG 737 or the Phoenix A320. You can use FS2 crew. Those are awesome applications that you can use for those aircraft. For the A220, we don't have it at the moment. I don't need it. It's just a visual thing. You don't need it. You don't need it. Characters variety set to low. Characters quantity low. Airport service quantity set to low. Airport service variety set to medium. I've got that only because some of the things you see on the high-end airports, like at Frankfurt, that sort of thing. It's quite a good thing to have. I haven't noticed any impact in performance. Parked aircraft quantity, you don't need it. Turn that off. I use Flightsim. Okay, that's you don't need it. If you're using like sand tensions or anything like that, there may be, or FSLTL applications, then for aircraft, so AI traffic. But because I'm using Flightsim, I don't need it. Parked aircraft variety, got that low. Traffic aircraft traffic quantity, got that off. Again, I'm using Flightsim. If you are using FSATL, any AI traffic, you can have that however you want it. Aircraft traffic variety, got that low. Road traffic, got that on high. Sea traffic high. Got the fauna density set to ultra. I haven't really noticed any issues with performance. That's fine. Seatbelt visibility, I've got that ticked, but that's nothing. That has no impact whatsoever. So yeah, that's what I've got. Online, I'm not using anything specific in here. At the moment, I haven't cleared anything. Nothing special. Nothing cleared. It will reset after one day, but yeah, that's nothing. So yeah, that's what I'm running. So yeah, nothing special. So I'm going to take you through exactly what I'm doing throughout taxi, throughout the whole process in getting airborne. So you can see the performance I'm getting in the Synaptic A320, or sorry, not A320, the A220. So you'll be able to see here, okay? Right, I have got flight plan already loaded on, so that's all good to go. We'll go flight plan. We'll zoom in. we'll go flight plan uplink, send that through. Actually, we'll go secondary, because it'll show up on our secondary. Yep, that's all good. Okay, departures. Depart out of, let's have a look at our flight plan. Sorry, I'm looking at this on my own screen. You've already seen this in terms of our live streams, so you'll be able to see. So we're still departing out of 19 left. There's been no change throughout the whole day today. So we're going via the Scott 4 departure. Done. Arrivals into Wellington. Still runway 34. So we'll go 34. And we're going via Simsy. So we go Simsy 8 Alpha via Gullet. And we're going via Umaga. Done. So you got all that in now. Cool. Right, you can also, if you want to, you can put all your call signs in. We can do that, so we'll just do that quickly. So we'll keylink 281. Okay. Also, what we can do is we'll go into systems. Oh, actually, hold on. Go into here, into there, and we can also do it in here as well. So then we can go in here. So we'll go keylink 281. Put it in there. Alright, so it's all set. We've got all that. We'll do altitude tag. We might just change that to ABS. That's done. Okay, nice. So let's go back to map. So you can see our route there. We'll activate the flight plan. So we'll go activate and we'll go execute. So there's our route. Alright. So, a couple of other things we need to do is our winds. Average wind component. Let's have a look at our flight plan. And we are cruising, I think it's 370. Let's have a look. Yep, 370. Alright, 291 at 113. So we'll go down. 281. What was it? 291. Sorry, 291. So clear that 291 at 113. 291. 291. Sorry, it's quite late at night here, so I'm recording this quite late. 113. Okay, that's we don't actually need to do the climb or descent, all that sort of thing. That'll get uploaded later. And we'll go into here. We'll put this in. Wait for this to all be loaded in. One thing we do need to do, that's we might just put NZAA into here. Yep, that's fine. There we go, that's better. There we go. Just took a while for it to come in. Alright, so fuel. Now, this is the most important thing you need to worry about. So, zero fuel weight. We can either get that from our flight plan or we can get it from here. 48807. I'm just going to check our numbers. Um, 48652. Yep, doesn't matter. It's right on the mark. So 48807. We'll take that. So we go 48. 807. And we've got CG at 27.8. So down here, always take it from here, 27.8. No need to round it up or anything like that. None of that stuff. And we want our fuel. So 8866. You can get it from your flight plan, but it's pretty accurate. Let's have a quick look. So 8866. 8866. Done. And we've got packs today. We've got how many packs? 109. So 109. Okay. So in there. Done. Execute. Done. We'll go performance. Now, this is one thing you need to worry about. So departure. Very, very important. We'll go takeoff performance. We'll sync all this information. All that. We'll go flaps 2 for departure. Packs on. Anti-ice not required. We'll calculate all that. We'll do takeoff 2, 130, 135, 140, and as it says, flaps 2. So we can actually send that through now. Send that through to the FMS. We'll use APR, armed, and we'll also use NADP1 or NADP. And I'm going to use 1500 feet for the initial acceleration altitude, but I'm also going to put that for the thrust reduction. Alright, so 1500 feet. That's set. We can then set our our V speeds. That's now set in here. We can then set our information in here. So then arm the nav, arm VNav. That's all set. That's all set. We're on Unicom. Happy days. Alright. I'm happy with that. What we can then do though is the one thing you need to worry about with the Synaptic A220, okay, there is bugs. Okay, I'm not saying there's not. I'm not saying that there's issues with. Well, I'm not saying that there is issue. I'm not saying is or isn't issues. Okay, with the performance, there is issues with performance. Okay, but it's nothing that people are saying that is going to hamper your ability to enjoy the aircraft. Okay, it is a fantastic aircraft to fly. All right. So, if you enjoy the A220 how it is, then you are going to enjoy it. Okay, I'm just going to get weather. And by the way, for this video, I'm not using any scripts or anything. This is just my own opinion, everything like that. Okay, so temperature is 17. So you can put this in if you wish. You don't need to. Winds are 1408. 140.8. Sweet. We will use climb 2. I'm happy with that. 130, V1 130, 135. Yep, happy with that. Nice. Let's clear that. Perfect. Okay, that's all set. Got everything good there. We'll go flight directors. Make sure that's all good. We'll go. In fact, sorry, I should have put that on. See, that's one thing. There is a bit of a bug with the flickering, but that does clear eventually. That's no issues. We do need. Okay, that's all good. All right. let's close all the doors. Let's get everything set up. Get ready for departure. So, ground equipment. Close the doors. Alright, doors closed. Let's get all that set up. Alright, we've done all this, so we can do...
Hello Captain, we are ready for pushback.
Let's clear all this so we can put on our hydraulics. So we go auto, auto, auto. That's all good, that's all good, that's all good. APU. Okay, that's all complete. Pre-flight. First flight of the day. We'll just go no on this one.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
We'll just tick all this off. No need. Yep, we got all that. Before start, departure reference complete. APU is on. Seatbelts. Okay, and we go beacon on.
Locking gear.
And parking brake is set. That's complete. Alright, and we're ready for, well, next one will be the before taxi checklist. Cool. Alright, happy with that. Nice. Waiting for pushback. So we're here at Brisbane, heading over to Wellington. It'll be pushback south.
Release parking brakes, please.
Alright, let's go.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, as you can see, smooth as butter on the pushback. Alright? Smooth as butter. Alright, let's start the engine. So we've got, we'll start number 2 first. Enjoy the sounds.
Unlocking gear.
engine starting up. Does take just under a minute usually to fully start up.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
Alright. It's looking good. Just wait for that to be stable, which it is now. Alright, APU coming off. That's all good to see, and we can then go flaps 2. Okay, nice. Okay, don't worry too much about that. That message will go away very soon. And we'll go to the route page. Nice. Cancel that. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Okay, that's all good. That's all good. All right, taxi light coming on. It's all good. Everything up there is good. Might just put some lights on. There we go. Nice. Alright. Good for departure. Before taxi checklist, APU is off. Anti-ice is on auto. Anti-ice on the wing is fine. Flaps set. Flight controls, we'll do flight control check. So we'll go, oops, hold on. Make sure I get the right one. This one here. Flight controls, there it is. Cool. Alright, full up, full down, neutral. Full left, full right, neutral, rudders, full left, full right, neutral. Nice. Okay. Let's go back onto that one. Flight controls are checked. Notional steering is coming on. And also we want to select the pedestal, the pedal disconnect. And we're using nozzle steering. ECAS message, we do have that, but I'm okay to continue. That message will disappear, and that's complete. Right, we're good to go. Taxi lights on. Let's go. Enjoy the Wookiee sounds. Brake going RTO. So, as you can see from the taxi, smooth as butter. Yes, there is probably some stuttering, but nothing that I can't live with at the moment. As I said, yes, they can probably improve it a little bit on the on the performance, but no issues. Alright, got no traffic here at the moment, so we'll continue. We'll take the next right. Performance. Trim 4.2. That's okay, good. We'll set it at 5, that's fine. Alright, next right. Alright, time for the auto throttles. Auto throttles armed. So yeah, as you can see, perfect performance. Just the odd stutter here and there. Smooth as I sort of move around in the flight deck. Alright. So basically this video is based on, as I said at the start, is based on sort of like comments that I've seen from, you know, other streamers or other people in sort of like forums and that sort of thing, stating that the A220 is really bad on performance and it's all stuttery when they're moving around. Well, newsflash, as I said, no issues. Okay? So before you start sort of mouthing off to the developers and saying, "Oh, this is just no good," you know, check that out. Okay, look at your own settings. It just makes me mad when, you know, other people are blaming the developers. Look at yourself. You can't always run your sim at high settings, okay? I'm telling you guys as fellow, I guess, aviators within the Flightsim community. Alright? I'm trying to help you. So we're here to help each other. Alright, that's all set. Good to go. It's a bit of a long taxi, this one. Just gonna... Actually, I'll set the heading in a minute once we are ready to line up. I think the reason why I've got that message come up is I got the trim incorrect, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. because at the moment my stick, I haven't actually met my my trim setting. But you'll see once we get airborne that doesn't become a problem. So yeah. Alright, that's all set. Good there. We got, that's all good up there, so happy with that. Go right to the end on this one. See, there's just a little bit of a stutter there, but it fixes itself. Nothing serious. Alright? You see here, it's still smooth. Go right to the end. Nice. Almost there. Alright, I'm just gonna go, because we're ready for departure, I'm going to go strobes on. Hold off on the landing lights though, just for a second. Just so we're not blinding anybody that's on approach. Alright. Landing lights on. That's all good, that's all good. We've got APU off, good to go. Before takeoff checklist. APU bleed. That's off. FMS off, trim set, flaps, anti-ice, auto brake, RTO. That's all set, that's all set. Thrust. Cabin secured. Oops. Nice. Alright, that's complete. Alright, hold here. Nice. Good to go. Alright, flaps 2. Good. Let's go. Holding at 50%, holding on the brakes. Release. Thrust set. Knots. Throttle hold.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate. Gears coming up. Go autopilot on. We'll go flight level change. Just to show you. Alright. Alright, so as you can see, everything is running smooth as butter. Okay? Check that out. No stuttering. Just a minor one, but nothing serious. So we'll go flaps 1. So check that out. Perfect. Then we'll go flaps up. So that'll bring the flaps up. So, we're on course. We'll continue. Flight level 370 at this stage. So, as you can see, perfect takeoff, no issues with the aircraft. Everything's looking good. One thing I did need to do is just disconnect the noticeable steering on that one, but that's okay. So after takeoff checklist, ECAS is checked and that's complete. So I do hope you enjoyed that. That's just a quick, well, not a quick one, it was quite a long video actually, just to highlight what I'm seeing with my settings, alright? And so like the negative comments that I've seen throughout the community. I do hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming along, and we'll see you again very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.